Hi, this is Mike from thesubstream.com, and this is a very special time for us here on the website and in the city of Toronto because it's the start of one of our favorite yearly film festivals, hotDOCs, when millions or thousands of people descend upon Toronto or descend upon downtown Toronto from other parts of Toronto to watch hundreds or dozens of really good international feature-length and short documentaries. So yeah, we're excited about it. We love it every year. I'm here with Rajo, our hotDOCs expert, who I know has been watching some critics' screenings and screeners and stuff like that. So what have you got picked out for us and for everyone else in terms of what to look for this week at the festival, and if you're not local to Toronto, what to look for in Blockbuster or maybe even in an actual movie theater a couple months down the road?
Well, as usual, they've done a great job sort of programming a wide variety of documentary films, reaching all corners of the globe, different subject matter. There's funny ones, there's serious ones, there's documentaries that, want to try and change the way things are in the world, much like, The Cove did last year, which also showed at hotDOCs. And then there's other ones that just kind of want to give you an impression of something that you maybe don't think a lot about. In that category, for sure, is the headlining documentary of the whole festival, the one that's opening the whole shebang. It's called Babies. That's what it's called, just Babies. 4 babies from different parts of the world, and there's no narration, there's no interviews. It's just beautifully shot, well cut together sequences of the first year and a bit in the life of these 4 babies, and as they learn to walk and talk, and it's just kind of fascinating to watch. It feels way more like a nature documentary than it does anything else, and yeah, that's definitely worth watching. Somewhere in the same sort of category as films like Baraka or anything like that, if you've seen it. There's another really cool documentary about an underrated, underappreciated comedian named Bill Hicks called American, the Bill Hicks Story. And Bill Hicks, if you don't know, he was this outspoken comedian, late 80s, early 90s, who talked a lot about religion and politics and society and censorship, because he ended up being censored a few times. And then he died way before his time due to pancreatic cancer. It's sort of like the first mainstream film kind of dealing with his life and career. And there's even rumors now that I just read today about Ron Howard film biopic that maybe will star Russell Crowe. So that's going to be a cool one to check out too, I think, because he's kind of an important figure. Then there's all this other stuff too that we probably don't have time to talk about today. There's this film called Wasteland, which is about an artist in Brazil who makes art out of garbage. The People versus George Lucas, which people all over the internet, nerds, are talking about nonstop. There's one called 12th in Delaware, which is about a pro-life center and an abortion clinic that are directly across the street from each other, somewhere in Florida. Should be interesting. So yeah, there's like tons of really cool films playing, including the second film that's opening the whole festival, Rush, Beyond the Lighted Stage, which you saw, Mike.
I did, and I mean, if you want to talk about going into a film with kind of lowered expectations, for me, that was it, which is probably really unfair because the guys that made the Rush Beyond the Lighted Stage film have never made a bad film. They've made some really good films, including Metal Headbanger's Journey and Global Metal, the sequel to that film, and they're really talented local guys making really interesting films about really interesting subjects. I went into this film not super excited because I really don't like Rush, and I never liked Rush, and I think that the sign of a really good film made by really good filmmakers is that you can enjoy the absolute shit out of a movie that they made without actually liking what the movie is about. It doesn't make me appreciate Rush anymore than I did when I went in as musicians. But it's a fascinating movie, and it's really, really, really well made. But, of course, a film festival wouldn't be a film festival. It was just a bunch of movies being played on a bunch of different screens. There's got to be a lot of other stuff going on that makes it interesting and worth going to. And I know that's absolutely the case with hotDOCs as a film festival. So what else is going on that interesting doc heads, can check out?
Well, if you are an aspiring documentary filmmaker, there are tons of panel discussions and speakers with topics ranging from like distributing your documentary and financing it and, you know, how to script it. So if you're interested in making a documentary film yourself, it's worthwhile checking out these panel discussions and speakers. Check the site over the next week and a half. We're going to have some reviews up. We're going to go to the opening night gala, talk to some filmmakers. We're going to go to the closing night gala when they give out the awards and talk to some filmmakers then as well. So it's going to be an exciting week and a half. So stay tuned to the substream if how you get to the substream is by tuning your computer.
Is the tune button.